Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. Today is a very special day. We're going to tackle a topic we don't usually tackle on any of these shows, which is politics. But the better talk about politics. A lot of us spend our time out in the fields or working behind the scenes, doing our best to save animals from acts of kindness every day, all the way up to trying to change legislation. But today, we want to salute the animals that have gone to bat for us and are fighting for our rights as civil servants working in the public realm, meaning the animals that hold office. It's all true. Anyway, if the signal's good, you can see having a and uh, political office. Now, the very first one is one I heard this story way back in the day when I was in college. And, that was, I believe, even before we had like smartphones. So it was a while back. But breaking my it's always me. So I want to share with everybody. This is and I heard of. He's an amazing leader in Texas. Now, he was elected in 1986, and everybody he was on this Henry marriage shortly after, followed by Henry fourth. As his grandfather, here as Clay Henry Sr. So, what I love about this particular story is that the only reason Clay Henry was elected was because mayor of Lahita, Texas. So now, let's see, I want to try to share my screen. I want to take you guys to hell. Hell, Michigan, where anyone, as I learned recently, can be mayor for a day. You just get a thing. Well, that kind of undercuts what the story I'm about to tell. But I wanted to share with everybody the story. Let's see if we can get this. Jinx the cat. So Jinx is the mayor of Hell, Michigan. Now that was again for just one day, but Jinx was actually got really famous for his gigantic eye on TikTok. He Jinx, and Jinx actually TikTok famous, whatever. Living life. And he's the mayor of Hell, Michigan, just for a day. Hell is about 20 miles west of Ann Arbor. So anybody you know that you think, wow, probably run Hell pretty well. Give it a go at it. Just Google Michigan. You'll find the one, and you can go ahead and go join Jinx in the realm mayor. Okay, so the next one I came up, everybody represented here. It's great. Enjoyed Animal Farm, When Animal Farm, or read Animal Farm in school. My favorite books, although it is a little reverse answer. More get into that later. So for now, let's talk about some great achievements. And today, I'd like to introduce you to Bosco. Bosco ran as a Republican, although Bosco did cross the aisles for many topics. So he's actually a better politician than most of our politicians on Congress because he was willing to reach out. So Bosco says, now they've actually made a life-size statue of Bosco. In 2008, they put it out for everybody to see. He was a black lab and Rottweiler. You can see he's really, really cute. Bosco Ramos is his name, and he defeated two humans and ran for mayor of Sunol, California, 1981, and he held office until his death in 1994. So it's not like Hell, Michigan, where Jinx the cat got to be mayor for a day. Bosco was elected, and people liked Bosco so much that he held office there for 13 years. So, and I think he looks actually really good in the. Looks pretty spiffy. So, I would definitely vote for him. I think that he could probably do a better job than any politician that I've seen in my lifetime. Many will disagree, but the proof is these guys have held office, so it's not up to me. So okay, now for our very last one, it's somewhat of a short show today. I just wanted to start everybody off on a very positive note and just talk about some really adorable, the most adorable politicians. Now this last one is interesting, excuse me, because it makes a point, and it makes a point, excuse me, that I believe crosses all political lines. And here we go. So this one is Boston Curtis, and he's a mule. So Boston Curtis became a committee man in Milton, Washington in 1938. So, they've been holding office for a long time. Now, here's the story about Boston Curtis is this. Now, maybe somebody can help remind me. I know that the Democrats and the Republicans switched their platforms. I don't know if it was in the 20s or 30s, so I don't know exactly which side we're talking about. But it doesn't matter because it's not about Republican or Democrat. So anyway, at the time, Democratic Mayor Kenneth Simmons nominated Mr. Boston Curtis for Republican precinct committeeman in the town of Milton, Washington, with no opponents. And by the way, this is a big issue because a lot of people run unopposed. And there's actually a website called Run for Something. And it'll show you if you're running opposed or unopposed. And if you're running unopposed, a lot of you that are activists out there can actually just grab yourself a seat in politics and bring our voice into your local politics. Anyway, what happened was Kenneth Simmons got Mr. Boston Curtis nominated. Mr. Boston Curtis had no opponents. He ran unopposed, and he was elected with 51 votes. And then, only then, did he know that to be a duel. Now, this 1930 didn't have that much information available all the time unless it came over the radio, pretty much, or maybe a newspaper. So people thought they were voting just for their candidate. And again, I don't know if this was the year where Republicans became what we now know as Republicans, or if they were where they used to be what we would now know as Democrats, because it always flips around. So the point of it all, though, is that party aside, party doesn't matter. The point that this Democratic mayor, Kenneth Simmons, was trying to make was simply that people have no idea who they support. They have no idea who they support. And you know what? I think today is very, very much the same. So that was our journey into politics. We don't tend to talk about politics because, in general, politicians on both sides are both helpful and destruction and very destructive to eco issues. So it's never important to know about a political party. What's important is to take any politician and to run them through the filter of the environmental lens to say, is this person going to make good decisions for the environment? Yes or no? And, everybody has a different weight that carries in their election process. So some people, it might be about taxes, schooling, what their topics are. The topics they're interested in. For me, the number one topic is the environment. So I like to know what every politician is doing. And Mr. Boston Curtis, it's not 1938 anymore. It's 2022. You can go to websites like opensecrets.org, and you can see who pays for your politician, who paid for their campaign, who are they to vote for when it comes down to it? Because we all remember Alec. Alec law that put into place in the 80s that allows lobbyists to write laws that they then get the Congress people that they've paid a lot of money to push. So I think that Mr. Boston Curtis, I think he could have probably done a better job, like I said, than anybody out there. Clay Henry down in Lajitas, Texas, could have done a great job. Bosco, I think Bosco probably would have done maybe one of the best jobs. And of course, Jinx would have run everything in a very savvy fashion. So there we go, everybody. Nothing too serious today. We got to remember that conservation, the world around us, it's not just something we fight for, but it's something we have to enjoy. It's something we love. It's something that enhances our lives day by day, which is what keeps us so excited to be out there and to see all the cute critters. Hey, Garrett Ramey, good morning. Yeah, I know. I thought you'd like this too, man. I think it's hilarious. Camilla, it's nice to see you this morning. Camilla says, if we learned from animals and lived as they do without discrimination or making judgments, we'd be a lot better off. Absolutely. 100% agreed. And Camilla says, I really do love animals over people. Connection. All right. Sorry about that. Hey, Jason, good morning. Somebody else who is out in the field. By the way, everybody who I see on here right now, Garrett, Camilla, Jason, Sierra, everybody else on here are people that I know are out spending every day doing everything they can to make the world better. Why? Because it's a better place than we can. And we know that even though we're not human politicians, if we can get some more of these animal politicians elected, we'll have a better future. And until then, I guess we're going to have to just keep doing conservation stuff. All right. Well, enjoy your morning. Have a great coffee, tea. If you're in the PM, perhaps you're enjoying a beverage of some sort. So anyway, have a wonderful day, everybody. Just wanted to start it off with a positive spin. Great to see everybody, and we will see each other very soon this weekend for a new